How we doing? All good?
Yeah, son.
Yeah.
Not too bad.
Well, I want to talk about Gary Lineker.
Sound.
Obviously, the dust has settled on that whole situation now,
Yeah.
where he tweeted what he tweeted. Bit controversial, got removed from Match of the Day. Bit of a saga. So now that it's all ended and finished, what do we think of it all? I mean, I can't remember exactly what he tweeted, but the basic point of it was that he was saying how the British government are treating their immigrants is comparable to 1930s Germany.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of them.
I don't think the context of the tweet's important. I think the important thing is here is it's about freedom of speech
Yeah.
and also about bias. Because we all know Gary Lineker's quite an outspoken person.
Yeah.
Whether you agree with him or not, he's quite an outspoken person. Why did the BBC have a problem with this one?
Yeah, I mean, surely people who've worked for the BBC have said worse.
Well, the
Said
BBC are meant to be
tweeted
impartial, aren't they?
words.
I think that's
Yeah,
the
but
crux
they're
of the
not,
issue.
are they? Let's be honest. They're not. Sorry. They're not, though. And that's the problem. He went against the government, and the BBC hated it and decided that, oh my God, you can't say that. We'll take him off the air.
Mm. But they're
No.
okay with everything else that he said in the past,
Yeah.
obviously, which is...
But if he goes against the government, oh my God, we need to stop him. Nah. It's Gary Lineker. Like him or not, it's Gary Lineker, you know what I mean? And he and Match of the Day are like a British institution.
But they had that episode, didn't they? The Match of the Day episode with no pundits, no commentators. How did you find that?
It was awful.
Really? See, I didn't mind it. I'll be honest, I didn't mind it.
No, awful. Match of the Day is... it's every football fan's dream. On a Saturday night, you sit there, you watch football.
Well, people should dream bigger if that's their dream.
Yeah, all right, fair enough.
I'm not being funny,
you know what I mean?
but come on, set your targets high, son.
But everybody watches Match of the Day.
Yeah, it is routine, I get that. But you got to admit, it's an eye-opener, right? Because we only had highlights. The programme was 22 minutes long.
Yeah.
So that just shows you how much of it is... Well, that's the question. Is it necessary? Do we need pundits? Make an argument for punditry. Whereas you could just go in there Saturday night, turn the beeb on, watch all the goals and all the highlights of the matches in less than half an hour, and then carry on with your night.
But it's part of the programme.
Yeah, but it wasn't on that occasion. What I'm saying to you now, what I'm asking you is it absolutely necessary? Now that we've seen it without, was it like they absolutely need to bring them back? Or was it like, actually, these people who are paid ridiculous amounts of money for what they do. Gary Lineker's on 1.37 million, I think, a year.
Yeah, but
is it really necessary?
Is it necessary? Necessary? No.
And don't forget that's licensed payers' money that pays their wages.
Yeah, but we're going to pay it anyway.
Yeah, that's true.
And half the country don't pay it anyway. Necessary? Probably not. But I like it.
Yeah,
I like the punditry because, you know, every football fan has their own opinions on a certain player, a certain team, a certain match, let's say. And the punditry, I don't know, it gives a bit of...
You think it reaffirms your
theories? It gives you a bit of backup on your opinion.
And I suppose it also gives...
And it gives Bob down the pub something to bullshit his way through on a Sunday.
Pass it off as his own take. Yeah, I get that. But I mean, how long is Match of the Day usually, though?
It depends on how many games, so it can be anything, hour and a half.
So an hour and a half versus 22 minutes, though?
Yeah.
That's
but you get the interviews after.
True.
The worst bit about it was commentators not being there. That was strange.
That was strange. I will give you that.
No, that was strange.
But essentially, going back to the point of the discussion, is should all BBC pundits, Sky Sports, anybody in that celebrity life, are they free to go on Twitter and say whatever they want? Because for the sake of freedom of speech, then of course they are. Do you think the BBC were in the wrong, is what I'm asking? Because he tweeted that out. Were the BBC wrong to...
I think the BBC overreacted
to
it. I think if any punishment was necessary, which personally, no, I ain't bothered. He said what he thought, decent. He said what? He just said something. That's what he did. He just put an opinion out there.
Oh,
If there was going to be any punishment, if there was just slap on the wrist, chill out, Garrow. You know what I mean? But obviously, BBC went too far because he went against the government.
well, so the BBC are supposed to be an unbiased institution,
Supposed to
but
be.
it's questionable. Obviously, it's a matter of perspective more than anything, but you know, it's all gossip. You don't know what.
You don't know what happens beyond
You don't.
the scenes, but from what the public got,
Do you think it's high time the license fee was looked at in general, though, as a concept?
Definitely.
Yeah.
What about TV license?
Yeah.
Oh, 100%. So we're paying, I don't know how much it is,
Like
we just pay
150.
it. Yeah, we just pay it to not have adverts on BBC. I hate adverts.
But it's not just that. It's like, for instance, we pay it so that Gary Lineker receives a 1.37 million salary.
But even if we don't pay it, we'll probably get that salary anyway.
Yeah, you will. I could probably pay more if they went with revenue off adverts.
Well, yeah.
You know.
We're paying not to have adverts.
I just think it's a bit...
sitting through 3 minutes of adverts.
I understand the whole of the BBC is a British institution, sorry. And it's been around forever, so it needed that public funding. But we're not in that place anymore. I think in today's age, we've got Netflix and we've got Amazon. Everything's streaming. It's all subscription services. You have the choice. I don't use the BBC quite a lot. I watch Match of the Day. So I'm basically paying that yearly fee to watch Match of the Day and pretty much only Match of the Day.
If BBC want you to pay however much it is a year or a month or whatever it is, I don't know. Charge for iPlayer. Because I don't use iPlayer that much. If I wanted to, I'll pay a $5 a month or whatever.
So that's where they are kind of behind the times. I need to catch up with the rest of the streaming services, which I think there's too many of anyway.
Yeah.
It's like movies. You know, I like a good film. Yeah. But these days, I mean, I used to have a habit every year I would do it, and a lot of movie fans do when the Oscars are coming around.
Yeah.
You have to make sure you've seen all of the best film nominations. You've seen all of the best actor, actress roles that are out there. And because then obviously when you come to the results, you're in the know with all of it. But these days, there are occasions where to have seen all of those nominees, you have to have Apple TV, Amazon, you have to have Netflix, because they all do their own productions, which they then only release on their own platforms. So someone who is a massive film fan, even a massive TV fan, to be fully in the know, you're kind of being forced to sign up to 5 different subscription services, which I think's a bit mean.
What's the one that cleared up this year? Everything, Everywhere, All at Once.
Oh, at the Oscars, you mean? Yeah, Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. Yeah.
If I'm right in thinking, don't quote me, it was an Amazon exclusive film.
Amazon exclusive, yeah. Well, that's my point. So those people that don't, I mean, I'm guessing pretty much everyone.
Everyone.
Got
I
Amazon,
think almost everybody has Amazon now. But if you don't.
And I also think about these exclusives and original material is when they drop them straight onto their platform as well. See, because I'm sure some bypass the cinema, or maybe they're only in the cinema for a couple of weeks and then they're immediately onto the
I think streaming some just don't go into the cinema.
I think it's kind of killed cinema a bit. You know, I think
definitely
we used to have something get released in the cinema and it'd be a good 6 weeks, 8 weeks before it was even released on DVD as we had back then.
I mean, I can't even remember. The last film I went to watch was the latest Spider-Man. Is it Far From Home?
Yeah.
In the cinema. And it annoyed me because everybody started jumping around and cheering.
Oh, no, see, don't get me started on this. Right.
Why?
I'll tell you exactly why. I will tell you exactly why.
Americans.
And this is...
Lockdown.
No, there were 2 things that happened, right? COVID happened and we had lockdown. And then one video went viral for 2 years while we were all locked in our houses. And I know you've seen it. I'm sure everyone out there has seen it. And it was a video of Endgame and the closing scene where, I'm not going to give any spoilers for anyone. I doubt anyone hasn't seen it, but you know the big end scene that I'm talking about. And everybody was screaming and going nuts about these characters appearing. And you know, no one in that cinema could have possibly heard what was going on in that film because they're all screaming, yelling, and cheering. So that video has gone viral for 2 years. That certain generation of kids that go to the cinema for the first time, sort of your 12, 13, 14 year
Think
olds,
that's normal.
think that's normal. So they've now come out of lockdown. They're going to the cinema to see Spider-Man. Ah! And it's just like, if I take my family to the cinema and that goes on, I'm standing up, I'm turning
Yeah.
around, I'm kicking off, and I'm probably going to get kicked out
I mean,
because
yeah, it's
I want to
stupid.
enjoy the film. It's not a music concert where you make all that noise and cheer and go nuts. It's a movie.
No, yeah. I mean, we went to watch.
And also, who are you
Spider-
cheering for? Because no one that was in it or had anything to do with it is going to be there in the Odeon Cinema in Birmingham,
Well,
sitting on
yeah.
the 4th row, are they?
And they're doing it now, and I hate it myself. But we know what's going to happen in majority of these
Yeah.
films before we go to the film.
Yeah. And they're
So
screaming
it's
because they
just-
think they need to scream. They should do.
Yeah,
You know.
it's just sort of you're screaming because something's happened that you knew was going to happen. Because a photo of said actor came out a year ago on set, and you think the people are lying to you.
Yeah.
They're not lying to you, people. It's happening. It's on picture. So, yeah, people
Well, yeah.
screaming at the
So that's
cinema
one
have
reason I
always
don't
been-
go to the cinema anymore anyway.
And it's expensive.
Everything's expensive. Cost of living.
But
That's it. Because the
Oh,
pub,
yeah.
people don't even go to pubs these days as much anymore, do they?
No.
What's going on at the minute?
pubs have been ruined.
Yeah.
I think it's killing pubs.
I think society in general, after coming out of lockdown, was a lot of people had a different mindset, and because people just weren't going to pubs as much as
Yeah.
they used to anymore. And so there's that. I mean, obviously there were some people out there, I'm sure, that ran straight to the pubs as soon as they were back open.
Yeah.
But you know, people got used to not going out as much.
Yeah.
But also, I mean, cost of living is holding a lot of people back. I
Yeah.
can't take the family out for a meal down the road every single week down the local pub
Oh,
because
no, I can't afford it.
cost of living.
Yeah.
So they're like, where's the breaking point with this cost of living then? What do you think? What's going to happen? Because I mean,
I think we're getting close to it, honestly, because it's getting to a point now where people cannot buy food for their families. I went shopping the other week. I've made my missus and a child, right? And we used to do a shop every week or so, week and a half, let's say, stretch it. It's cost 70 or 80 quid.
mm,
Went shopping the other day, 132
mm.
pound 56 if you're interested. Don't know where the 56p came from, but anyway. And I can't afford that every week. I can't afford it every 2 weeks.
I think it's a case that it's.
I have a
think what's
full-time job and I
concerning
can't
people
afford it.
is that it's everything. I mean, obviously the energy situation and everybody's been through this. But I'll tell you my personal experience step by step. Before all this kicked off, so we're talking middle of last year, summertime. My energy bills were £89 direct debit a month we used to pay.
Mhm.
Covered it, not a problem. And I has done for years. And then I think it was the September, my bill went up to about 180 odd. I think 176, I think it
Yeah.
was. And then in the October, it was 236. And then my December bill was £365.
That's some-
Now, what?
Yeah.
How? And then, it's like, it wouldn't be so bad because obviously you hear the sound bites about that, energy's got up a lot to do with the Russian conflict and a lot to do with this and a lot to do with that. I might be more inclined to believe a lot of those sound bites if Shell and BP weren't
raking in the amount of
raking
money
it
they
in
are.
and posting record profits of the likes that they've never seen
Yeah.
before. It's like, well, because they wouldn't be making that profit if
Yeah.
if they were having that big heavy cost that's supposedly out there because
Yeah.
of the Russian conflict.
I mean, the main problem I have with it, you've just mentioned it. I might sound clueless and stupid when I say it.
Well, yeah, we're
And I
not.
probably am.
We're not experts on anything.
We don't know nothing.
We're gonna probably got so many things wrong.
Yeah.
We'll be sitting here chatting. So
Hounded
don't kill
by
us.
the
Don't
internet.
attack us.
Yeah.
We're just two very unlearned gentlemen
We're sorry.
chatting nonsense.
But I'm not clued in at all with this energy bill stuff. But you hear about it, and obviously I know the war in Ukraine and Russia affected the energy.
Well, it did. You got the pipeline
did.
and all that. You know, there's no denying.
But we're not in the Ukraine. We're not in Russia.
Yeah, but that's because of that's the supply chain.
Yes. But why are we getting done on our electric bill? Because what's going
We
on?
dismantled our own structure. That's why. We
Yeah, I know.
dismantled everything we had.
But
So we had to
why are we?
outsource it.
Why are we?
Because we're the little people, we're the plebs, mate.
I know.
We're
But
the
that's
ones
the
that pay
problem.
for everything.
Why are we getting done for it?
Yeah. Because
When you got the government earning a ridiculous amount of money to do, let's be honest, fuck all. They sit there having little parties.
well, Boris had a party. But, you know, I mean, the government have done...
When we weren't allowed
we had
to.
our £66 a month, didn't we, off the government? Which
How
was,
much?
£66 a month.
Yeah, great.
Yeah. Better than a kick in the teeth, you know. Look a gift horse in the mouth and all that, as they say. But anyway, let's not go down this
Is it
depressing... No, because I'll get a headache and we'll start ranting about the government and the displeased we are. But
Yeah.